Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We'll start tonight at 11 with breaking news on Detroit's west side, where police are investigating the shooting death of a 12-year-old boy.
Tim Pamplin is on the scene with a night cam. Tim, what have you learned so far?
Yeah, Kim, a very sad situation here on the west side. 12-year-old little boy inside a home over here, I'm being told, with 3 or 4 other teenagers, when a 13-year-old produces a gun, shoots that 12-year-old in the chest. Medics came to the scene, not much they could do. Take a look at some of the video. Detectives have been talking to those 4 youngsters that were in the basement of this home. We're on Bramwell Street, that's the west side of Rouge Park on Detroit's far west side. 4 youngsters in the basement. The adult in the home, a male, I'm being told, was sleeping upstairs. The police chief has just arrived on the scene, gave us a quick briefing. Take a listen.
Once again, we've got a child shot. This one is fatally wounded, playing with guns, and it's troubling and frustrating. And if you're going to have a gun in your home, you have to do so responsibly. Once you bring a gun in a home, everything changes. You can't have guns around kids and be upstairs sleeping.
Yeah, the police chief not mincing words there. Now, the adult in the house is, I'm being told, being questioned by police. He's been taken downtown, as is the 13-year-old, who we're being told pulled the trigger, fatally killing that 12-year-old. That is the scene right now on the west side. Back to you guys.
Awful. All right, Tim, thank you. A major decision out of the Michigan Court of Claims tonight that means there could be big changes to the state's laws on minimum wage and paid sick leave.
Mara McDonald live in Troy tonight. This goes back a ways. This goes back to the legislature's lame duck session in 2018, Mara.
Devin, it sure does. And as you remember, and I'm sure everybody else does, we had 2 ballot proposals that year. That one dealt with upping the minimum wage. The other one dealt with mandatory paid sick time. Okay, well, both of them crossed the signature threshold, meaning they were going to show up on the ballot anyway. Michigan law says the legislature can adopt those before they ever go to the ballot. And the legislature did, but they also did something else. And that something else is the issue. What the GOP-led legislature did in 2018 for both raising the minimum wage to $12 and guaranteeing paid sick time was amend the original language of both. For example, the ballot proposal made the minimum wage $12 by 2022, and it bumped up the minimum for tipped workers too. The legislature made the increase gradual with full effect by 2030. It also put a carve-out in the sick time ballot proposal for businesses with under 50 employees. The judge's ruling says amending those ballot proposals, it's not constitutional.
It's a victory for democracy and for workers, both.
Already business groups like the Michigan Restaurant and Lodging Association are calling this a major problem. Quote, if this were to be immediately implemented, the chaos it would wreak on the already battered hospitality industry during peak travel season would be almost inconceivable. The Michigan Chamber of Commerce calls it crippling.
This represents one more big hit to small businesses, and it's just been one after another after another.
Back here live, do not be expecting these ballot proposals in their original language to go into effect immediately. This looks like the beginning of what is going to be a long, drawn-out court process, which means the Michigan Court of Appeals and likely, ultimately, the Michigan Supreme Court. We're live in Troy tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara, thank you. Temperature is still in the 80s right now with more heat on the way.
Still in the 80s at 11:04. Let's get to Andrew, who's also tracking some more storms for tomorrow. Andrew?
Right. The sun's been down for nearly 2 hours now. We still have temperatures in the low 80s here on the east side of the city at 83 degrees, upper 70s elsewhere close to the city. You get that heat island effect going on with 79 right now in Mount Clemens, 79 also in Pontiac. And it still feels even a bit warmer, but every degree matters. 78 is the current temperature. Make sure those air conditioners are working because heat indices or how hot it feels, it's going to be tough for some sleeping tonight because it feels like 80 right now. Heat indices easily in the upper 70s and low 80s throughout much of the night. It feels like 81 in Pontiac, 82, even though it's in the 70s in Mount Clemens, feels like 80 degrees in Grosse Ile. Same thing in southern Ontario. Again, make sure air conditioners are working. Make sure you can sleep comfortably tonight. It remains warm and muggy when we wake up tomorrow morning, but it does remain dry. We'll be greeted with sunshine, 74 degrees, and we'll see temperatures skyrocket after that. So tomorrow that is another scorcher. But on top of that, the chance of showers and thunderstorms for the ride home. More on that in your 7-day forecast in minutes.
A playground at the Clinton Township Elementary School. Hang on a sec. Well, we'll be right with you. There we are. A playground at a Clinton Township elementary school is destroyed, and fireworks are to blame.
New surveillance video just released shows a group of young men shooting off the fireworks, causing a fire outside of Erie Elementary. Pamela Osborne is there tonight with more.
What we wanted to do was give you a look at the damage so you can understand for yourself why people are just so upset about this. Take a look at this slide. You can see the way it's melted here. That's not even the worst of the damage. And it was so hot that it turned metal into pieces of this.
I'm just shocked by it. I don't know. I just can't believe someone would do that to an elementary school's playground.
The playground equipment around back of Erie Elementary, once a place of joy, now a site of confusion.
They wanted to see it, and I walked them out there, and they were just really saddened about it.
Claudia Pay tried as best she could to answer some pretty tough questions from the kids attending summer camp at Erie.
It was almost more fear, because how could someone, Mrs. Pay, how could someone be so mean? Why are there such mean people?
Young people carelessly setting off fireworks around the 4th of July left behind sparks. Watch as those smoldering sparks grow into a small fire, then a large blaze. The district releasing this surveillance video to Local 4 Tuesday night.
It was so sad to see.
The damage everywhere, from the steps to the bridge to the slide. While there's no official dollar amount yet on what this might cost, the district tells me it could be as much as $100,000 to remove and replace the equipment, which is no longer available to 5-year-old Logan and his new friends at camp.
Obviously, they've vandalized something that now children can't play with for the rest of the summer, and it affects a lot of people, not just them in the moment. So I think it's sad.
And the clock is ticking here, only 7 weeks until the start of a new school year. A spokesperson for the district says they are devastated that this took place to their playground equipment. They're asking anyone with information to give police a call. In Clinton Township, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, Pam, thank you. The Great Lakes Water Authority is denying all flood claims from last June, saying it wasn't at fault for the thousands of basements that flooded.
GLWA citing an independent investigation, and they say that due to the amount and intensity of rain last June 25th and June 26th, that widespread basement flooding was inevitable. As a result, it is denying all 24,000 claims it received from those dates. Now, 600 people are working on a class action lawsuit against GLWA, as well as against the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department.
If they get all 16 running and we have a problem, well, that's, Mother Nature. We can blame her. But when you don't get pumps running, we're going to blame you. There are multiple failures here which cause these pumps to fail. It's all in the report, but then they smile at the end and say, hey, it's not our problem. Well, it is their problem.
We reached out to GLWA today to see if it wanted to add anything more than its press release, but got no response.
Right now, 2 Michigan Democratic lawmakers facing charges after protesting for abortion rights outside the U.S. Supreme Court. Congress members Rashida Tlaib and Andy Levin were among the 35 people arrested today for blocking traffic, which is illegal. They joined others shouting, "Our bodies, our choices." Police say they warned the group to leave 3 times before they started to make arrests. Tlaib and Levin were both charged with crowding or obstructing a street and fined $50.
While conventional wisdom holds that the economy drives most elections, 2 other issues have been front and center in this election cycle due to recent events: gun control and abortion. Our latest Local 4 Detroit News poll surveyed only Republican voters as they select the candidate to run against Governor Whitmer, and we find an interesting difference between voters and their candidates.
What we don't have is a gun problem. I believe we have a mental health problem.
And that's a situation where they have red flag laws. That didn't work. So why present a fake solution?
The Republican candidates are largely in lockstep when it comes to gun control. By and large, they don't favor red flag laws or extended background checks. Our poll suggests that's way out of step with Republican voters. A bit of a surprise to pollster Richard Zuba.
When it comes to background checks and red flag laws, 90% of Republican primary voters support those items. And we have been led to believe that there is no way, with this broad polarization in America, that we could reach across the aisle and reach consensus here. And that's simply not the case. There is broad and deep consensus on background checks and red flag laws. I mean, these voters look a lot like Democratic primary voters, frankly.
To be sure, about half of Republican voters are against the idea of banning assault-style weapons, but almost a third of them are in favor. Similarly, there's a disconnect on the issue of abortion. Republicans strongly agree with the gubernatorial candidates in supporting the overturn of Roe v. Wade. 74% favor that decision, but they are far more likely to support exceptions than the candidates.
By a margin of 68 to 21, Republican voters support an exception for rape and incest. And when we make that an exception to save the life of the mother, it jumps even further. So again, what we've been told all along is there's great polarization on this issue. Well, there's actually a little bit of common ground here.
Now, as we showed you in the poll numbers last night, the GOP gubernatorial race is extremely tight, and we will be counting those primary election votes 2 weeks from tonight.
Right around the corner there. All right, tonight's Mega Millions jackpot, $555 million.
In the top 5 of the biggest jackpots of all time. We meant to bring you the drawing live earlier, had some technical difficulties, but we do have the numbers now, and here they are. 2, 31, 32, 37, 70. 2, 31, 32, 37, and 70. The mega ball is 25, and the multiplier is 3. So good luck.